Class. Enough. So whatever you want to give the class name. So here after here class selected model. So whatever the class employee.cs, abc.cs, xyz.cs something. Create that. Now what will happen? It will create a class like this. Okay. Done. After that, what we need to do? We need to declare the properties. So we declared properties. So currently we are not working with ADO.NET or something. That's the reason I kept one dummy object. So it is similar to our previous MVC JSON example. Okay, create one object. Okay, now I created with all the names. Okay, so now it is done. Now after that, go to your controller, just change like this. So first one, what is this employee? Can someone tell me what is this employee here? What is this employee here? Is it a class or something else? It's a class, but what is that we call? Perfect. It's a model. Okay. So model. So I want to get this particular method details now. How can I do that? Simply create one object to that and call that method. So what is this get employee list? From where we are getting? From here. Okay. Done. So the next one. So we are returning view and we are finding the values. That's it. It is done. Now right click on index action method. Try to create one view. Add view. So MVC view. After that, add. After that, what we are selecting here. What is the template? Can someone tell me without seeing here? Perfect. Perfect. List. For example, if we are working with create, we will use create, we will use detail, delete, and everything. So we are going to see in our next examples those things. For now, list. List means grid view list or some kind of list. Okay, done. Now after that, you need to select your model. Click on add. Now after creating ad, what will happen? By default, this code will be generated. Okay, so you don't need to write any code of this one. Why? Because by default it is coming. Okay, you don't need to write any code here. Okay, got it? Super. So I'm happy with all the people response. 10 people are responding. Very good. Okay, so now we wrote the steps here. Like in our model.cs file. So now people tell me what is the first step? Create MVC project, create controller with the option pre-trade. Got it? So change only index action method code in controller. Okay. Create model and declare the properties and include dummy data method. Here, right? So change the index action method code. Done. Okay, and finally create a view. Now here select template as list and select model, then select model name. Done. Run the project and you will get the output. Yes. Anyone have any questions? Anyone want me to explain again? Are you guys clear? Please tell me so that I will follow that. If you people are clear, fine. Otherwise, I will explain one more time. No problem in that. This is some fourth time or fifth time we are explaining about this project. Sorry, this program. Please respond little faster. Yes. So we are discussing about this project from 2 days. Okay. Okay. So I'm taking it as clear. Thank you for the quick response. So, okay. So first, from where we'll take, so first we'll go with the steps from here. So just note down the model first point of theory. That we'll go there and we'll write the steps and we'll follow the same way of the steps. After here. Uh, so complete this theory. So are you guys done with? I hope you people already wrote this one. Okay, then we'll go for the program only. Okay, so first note on this steps. After that, we'll go to our controller. Or we can go with the model also first. Or else we'll write model only first. After that, we'll go to controller. Why? Because if you want to change the action method code, we definitely need a model. That's why. Note on this comment steps. This will be so much useful for you guys when you are practicing. So please, if people are done, tell me immediately. Like, sir, scroll down. I will do that. Why? Because it's a big program. That's why. Okay, so as per our next step, what is that one? Controller, right? This one. Okay, done. Only this method is enough. Okay. I'll just explain this index.cshtml, like what is for what. Okay, the first line. So because we have taken this from where model. So while creating the view, we selected the model, right? That's the reason. Enumerable web application 122 model start. What is the model name? Employee. Okay. We don't have any layout. So because of this line, we'll get all the properties from our model. Let's see how it is. So this is our pure HTML, this one. Okay. See, if we people run the application, here we have create new link and edit link, details link, delete link. So this is what my header and these are my values. Okay. So let's come back to our code here. So that create new link is coming from here. So this is what HTML action link. So I created one table here. Okay. In this table, we have table rows. Okay. So first table row consists of 3 columns or 3 headers. So what is that here? What are the headers here? Tell me. Name, joining date, age. See, from where we are getting model.name, model.joining dot, model.age. Whatever the spelling, we have model dot this one. All these things we are getting. Okay. Done. After that, where is this one? This one. So I want to bind the values now again. So see why we are taking for each here, because we have multiple values, we have list of values. That's the reason. So until that condition fails or object will become empty, so we need to iterate the loop. So again, one more tier. Okay. So one more tier. See, HTML display per model dot item dot name. So item from which object is coming? See, from model and this item. Okay. So we are getting the values again here. And after that, for every value, we have edit, details, delete, and everything. That's it. And the table ended here, tier ended here. Simple code. Okay. Got it? Any questions here? Anyone? So you guys don't need to write this one. Why? Because by default it is coming. That's what I'm saying. Or if you people want to write, I will give time. Okay. So then we'll move to our next topic. So in our book, I have given the steps here for creating model with screenshots. If anyone still have some issue, doubt or right click on model folder, solution explorer, select add class. So like this class. So that is model. So select class in middle pan, enter employee.cs in the name field. Add some properties using the following code. So ID by default it will take. If you change employee ID or something, then it will come. Don't print ID actually. It's okay. Change employee ID or E number or something, then it will come. All these things we have. So this is what we followed, right? It's there in our book. Update the index action method like this, right? The same thing we have done. Okay, now we need to add view. So like this, list and employee. Select the list from template and view will be like this. So done. Got it, everyone? So the same steps what we followed now, that is well documented in our book with screenshots. So if someone have still doubts, please go through that. So now see, in our previous example, we have seen HTML action link, HTML display for. We have seen couple of things. What are they? We'll explain here. Okay. So whatever we have seen there, we'll explain in this concept. Okay. So we'll do that, and after that, we'll go for edit program. HTML help us. So see, in our ASP.NET, when we people were learning ASP.NET, what happened? So we used to drag and drop the things. So if you drag and drop, what happened there? A text box code came. If we drag and drop some label or something, it used to come. But what happened, like in MVC, we don't have the drag and drop facility, and there is no toolbox available. Okay. So if you want to create a view, so in ASP.NET, what used to happen for all the for all HTML piece of thing, .cs will be associated with all the web forms. But in MVC, it's not like that. You can create one controller, you can create one model, and you can maintain all the logic. So for different multiple views. So that's what happening. So there is no toolbox available here. Then how can we do? So for that reason, to overcome that one, we have a concept called HTML helper class. So by using this HTML helper class, we can get whatever you want. So if you keep here at the rate HTML helper dot, then what will happen? Like, at the rate HTML. See, simple. At the rate HTML dot. If you keep text box, then text area will come. Display text, it's a label. Display text is nothing but label. So if you want a drop down, then see drop down list is coming. Simple, so simple. At the rate HTML, that's it. Dot. If you keep whatever, if you want a checkbox, keep checkbox here. The checkbox is coming. If you want a radio button, so keep radio button. Everything is coming here. So this is what this at the rate whatever you are seeing here. This is what HTML helper class. What is this one? This is what HTML helper class. That's what we are saying. To overcome this problem, ASP.NET provides HTML helper class, which contain different methods, which help you to create HTML controls programmatically. What are HTML controls? Text box, radio button, checkbox, drop down list. All these things are HTML controls only, right? We already discussed all those things in our ASP.NET. All HTML helper methods generate HTML and return the result as a string. The final HTML is generated to runtime by this function. The HTML helper class generated the UI. So then what will happen? Whatever you are writing here, whatever we are importing here, whatever we are doing here. So finally, so they are taking like a string only now. But when it is running in runtime, it will be converted into like UI controls like text box, radio button, and all. See, when we wrote all this code, we don't know what is this one. But when you run this one become something, this create view become something, this edit view become something, and this details become something, and this is one label, this is something, and complete code converted into what? UI related code. So who is taking care means this guy, HTML helpers. Okay. So in our HTML helpers, we have uh, three different things like, so one is create inputs. What is create inputs? Box, button, checkbox, radio button, everything. Links. What is link? People tell me, what is link? This create new is a link. It's a link. That edit button is a link. It's a link. So that kind of links. And form. Different web forms like, form text, post back related, action related, everything will be comes under forms. So this is what our HTML helpers in our MVC. So I have explained here. If you look at the view from last example, which we have generated from employee controller index action, you have to see number of operations started. See, like HTML.action, HTML.display name for a show below. So this is what we have explained about. Okay. So, so I will explain one more time. Just remember. Okay. First, I will ask for questions. After that, I will explain one more time. Yes. Please tell me. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? I will explain one more time. Before that, I'm asking. Anyone have specific question? I will explain that point one more time. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Guys, please respond. So if people did not ask me, but still I'm saying like I will explain one more time. But if you people are not showing interest, then why should I explain one more time? I will simply ask you people to note down the notes and I will go for program. Okay. So anyway, you people don't change. People are like that only. So HTML helpers. So what is HTML helpers means? See, for example, in our traditional ASP.NET application, what we have implemented some days back, so what we have learned some days back. So whenever you want a text box, you want a ready button, you want something else, then what we are doing, simply we have a toolbox and we are dragging and dropping. Then what is happening there? We are getting the text box related code and also text box related design, right? But in our ASP.NET MVC, we don't have a concept called toolbox. So then how can we get all the items now? Simple. So we have a concept called HTML helpers. So at the rate HTML dot, if you want a text box, you can keep it. If you want a link, you can keep it. If you want a button, you can keep it. If you want something else, whatever we want, we can just keep them inside our HTML so we can get it. So here, this display name for this is nothing but our label. So previously, we used to keep our in our ASP.NET label, we used to call, now this is called as what? Yes, display name for. Okay. So similarly, our next problem is on edit, I think. So once we see that edit related, then we'll create a text box, buttons and everything. There you will understand more. Okay. So for now, I'm just explaining theoretically. So how can we do that? Then the solution for that is what? So we don't have any toolbox or something. But now by using HTML helpers, so we can get all the inputs and all. It will be created like a plain string, and whenever we are using them in our runtime, so it will automatically create into our HTML and like text boxes, radar buttons and all HTML controls and all. Finally, it will generate the output. Okay. Keep a heading of HTML helpers and from here to here. And after that, after completion of this one, if we have time for today, we'll see something, or else tomorrow we are going to discuss about the continuation to yesterday's program. That means the same model we'll use, the same controller we use, but we'll write logic, we'll implement some logic for edit functionality. And after that, we have next topic there, we'll discuss about create functionality. Once everything is done, we'll go for ADB.NET. Yeah, note down this theory from here. ASP.NET MVC provides HTML helper class which contain different methods